Okay, folks, this one marks the end of an era. These were indeed my choice, but I couldn't find any that were in white. So I had to go, someone gave me one to try to see if if it would work, and it worked brilliantly, so I've changed the standard. We'll soon find out what we're talking about, folks. But basically, yeah, this was what I was wearing for years, and now these things have become so worn out and obsolete, and they don't protect as well anyway, so it was obviously a blessing in disguise that they finally became old, no good. I don't know how it's going to look on the photocopier. It looks a bit like a simple kind of a piece, but we'll soon find out what it is, what they are. Okay, what are they? They're a pair of face masks from the COVID era, and I've been wearing them for years, and you see them in my public demos with the sunglasses and the back to front baseball cap. And basically these masks are just so fucking old, it's not funny. I think 200% is way too big. So these masks have become way too old, and they're just and they weren't they weren't efficient ones anyway. These Bonds masks were apparently taken off the shelves because they were just not a very efficient design to prevent COVID. But I still wore them because I didn't feel I could wear anything else. Felt these were like really easy breathing, folks, and that's very important to me because I struggle when I don't breathe properly. I feel really panicked and I just can't get the air in. And I'm now wearing a KN95, which is I'll show you what a KN95 is, folks. This is what I'm wearing now on my face. This ubiquitous, I think that's the right word. This is a KN95. So that's what I'm wearing now, folks. They're disposable, but at least I'm getting the protection that I need, not just from COVID, but from the flu, because I get really sick when I get the flu. It really is a problem. When I get the flu, it really is difficult to breathe. And when I'm relying on breathing entirely through my nose, it really makes me feel like I'm asphyxiating. I'm getting asphyxiated. It's really quite a horrible experience when I catch the flu. So I catch public transport, and I need something that's going to protect me a lot better than a fucking cloth Bonds mask. So they had their time and they served their purpose, I guess. And I still got, unfortunately, I did still get COVID from time to time, but basically I just had to upgrade. I was washing them every day, so yeah, they get worn out. Yeah, I think the low contrast isn't working as well as I was hoping, but I can see a nice looking shadow coming off that. But yeah, they were really like the standard that I was wearing for so long, these cloth Bonds masks. They were the choice. I used to struggle breathing through those, but I eventually got used to them. Because my nose gets severely blocked when I get the flu, and it's really hard to breathe, and I can't swallow very well. And I need to swallow more because I've got to swallow the phlegm and the shit that comes with it, the congestion. That looks really quite shitty, that one does. But yeah, I just can't tolerate the flu, so I'm still wearing a mask, even though most people now would rather take a risk and get sick. They'd rather get sick. I don't understand why people would accept getting sick with the cold or flu. the flu is a nasty thing, and it can send people to hospital. Fortunately for me, I don't need to go to hospital when I get the flu, but it makes me very ill. And it lasts for 3 weeks in total, and and the fever I get is quite severe. It's long lasting, so I don't think the paper looks any good. It looks like a little bit like it's giving a bit of shadow. So yeah, I really don't want to catch something that I don't want, that I'm not willing to accept. Except, of course, I have no choice once that was the last one. But yeah, I just can't tolerate catching the flu. It's really bad. It really is, folks. It really is a horrid thing, catching the flu. I'm going to do something different, folks. I'm going to go full colour. I'm going to make it colour into black and white to make it look better. But basically, yeah, I just struggle to tolerate the flu when it does hit. It really does hit me hard, and I just can't tolerate the sickness that it brings. Most people seem to think it's okay to get sick, to pass it round. Most people don't wear masks on buses or trains or anywhere. So I have to protect myself, and I was always told that the KN95 is the best choice for proper protection. For protection, you need KN95, that one I just showed you in the lounge. Yeah, that looks a bit better, a lot more contrasty. I'm going to maybe darken it or leave it like that. I'm going to use this as our master copy in black and white, in proper black and white. Or maybe we're just going to leave it like that. But yeah, I just really struggle to breathe with the cold and flu, and really it drives me nuts. I get churning in my gut because I'm so frustrated, and really like trying to breathe and trying to swallow when you can't swallow because your nose is totally jammed up with snot, with congestion, and you can't do anything. And it really is an awful feeling, catching the flu. So yeah, and you get the fever as well, and that takes a while to go, and you have to keep taking paracetamol, which is a real pain in the ass. But I recommend a KN95. The ones I got come in boxes of 10. I don't want this. Fuck, I hate this user interface. Yeah, you just go to your local chemist and they'll sell you those KN95s. I don't know what brand. There's so many different companies that make them. So yeah, but they're worth it, folks. They're really well worth wearing. Much better than catching the flu and getting really sick. And of course, if you're an average person who gets COVID, you know, COVID can be really debilitating. You can get what's known as long COVID. You've probably heard that on the news bulletins of recent times, or not recent, but in past. And it's really bad. So yeah, it's good to protect yourself against COVID and colds and flu as well. And that's come up looking really quite a treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.